This is David Rovix with a song for today. One songwriter's take on the history of the world, one song at a time. Available wherever you get your podcasts. On February 13th, 2018, the last two members of the Rotherham 12 were acquitted. Immigrants and ethnic minorities in England, as in so many other societies, often played the dual role of boosting economies and being much loved by businesses looking for workers, and then being convenient scapegoats for any complaints white people may have about just about anything, from economics to morality. The tendency to blame entire groups for the actions of a few is supported immensely by the popular tabloid-style press. A ring of pedophiles that was discovered was thus then associated with the entire Asian community in the city of Rotherham, because the pedophiles in question were Asian men from Rotherham. Nazis began to organize monthly marches in Rotherham, coming from all over, encouraged by the sensationalism and xenophobia in so much of the popular media and the far-right echo chambers of the internet. The response for most in Rotherham was to bunker down and hope it would all blow over. But when an elderly Asian man was bludgeoned to death by Nazis on his way to the mosque, the people of Rotherham began to organize in large numbers. The conflict in the streets of Rotherham that led to the arrests of the Rotherham 12 and others was the result of an anti-Nazi march being deliberately led by the police directly past a pub that was a known hangout for far-right football hooligans. Ultimately acquitted on grounds of self-defense, charges that could have resulted in lengthy prison sentences hung over their heads for years following the dawn raids on their homes.
When the Nazis came to Rotherham, most people stayed indoors and closed their blinds. Let them have their Nazi rally, then try to leave the day behind. Then the Nazis came to Rotherham. In 14 months they marched 14 times, always accusing every Asian of every unspeakable crime. Then the Nazis were there in Rotherham when he was walking to the mosque to pray. Mushin Ahmed was beaten so savagely that he died that way. Then when the Nazis came back to Rotherham, this time the town was in the streets. So this time the cops kettled the march, and this time they forced the march to meet the Nazis who hang out in Rotherham at a pub called the William Fry, who were waiting for the kettled marchers so they could attack them as they were passing by. And the police raid came at dawn, awakening everyone. I was there with my family, asking them, what have I done, what have I done? Attacked by the Nazis in Rotherham, they had to act in self-defense. How could this possibly be a criminal offense? The Nazis came to Rotherham, then the Crown charged 12 men for defending children from racist attacks as they were forced to walk by the pub when the Nazis came to Rotherham. And then prison hung over the heads of those who defended their children instead of cowering under their beds. And the police raid came at dawn, awakening everyone. I was there with my family, asking them, what have I done, what have I done? The Nazis came to Rotherham, and the trial of the Rotherham 12 was the consequence of Asian men who dared to defend themselves. Those who fought the Nazis in Rotherham could have gone to prison for years, but they were found not guilty by a jury of their mostly white working class peers. The Nazis came to Rotherham. Some of them did time behind bars, though the Rotherham 12 were acquitted. The families are marked by the scars when the police raid came at dawn, awakening everyone. I was there with my family, asking them, what have I done? What have I done?
This has been a Song for Today from David Rovics, making popular education popular again. If you go to davidrovics.com, you can hear lots of other episodes of this and other podcasts, see where I'm touring next, and get on my email list. You can also click on CSA there on my website and join my community-supported art program, which is mainly how I get by in the free streaming era. I hope to see you sometime soon again here on the internet or on the road and hopefully in the streets.